with the air rifle range
The air
at
rifle
the
range.
NRA annual meetings
Right.
in Phoenix, and I believe when you walked through the door, I was working with a blind gentleman.
Right. Yeah. Yes, you were. Yes, you were, in fact. And so tell us, because many of us did not know that the NRA had this program. I certainly didn't until I walked in the room that day. So tell us a little bit about that program and how you became involved with it.
Well, I'll give you the very short version of it. I was involved with the shooting sports through other organizations over the years and did a lot of work with the NRA and found out that this particular position was open. And I'd done a lot of work with people with disabilities over the years, and I'm a very passionate shooter, and decided, what an opportunity to marry my two passions together to make a paycheck, and so I applied for the job and I got it, and here I am. It's interesting to follow Rachel on this particular program because I started on June 26th, 2008, which was the day the DC versus Heller decision was released. Cool day to start at the NRA.
Okay. All right. Good. And
Yeah.
So how many disabled shooters do you have in the program?
Well, I don't keep numbers as far as how many people, we don't have people listed as, this is a disabled shooter, and I don't keep numbers. I can say this much, that last year, for the first time ever, we held disabled specific sectional championships for air rifle, and we had 5 different sectionals across the United States. We had anywhere from 5 competitors to 35 at any given sectional, and turned in some pretty phenomenal scores last year. And in addition to that, I've traveled around the country. I've taught air rifle shooting clinics to a variety of different organizations, private organizations and VA hospitals. And we've done, a basic how to shoot followed with a shooting match in the afternoon. And we usually have a really good time. And a lot of what I do is I teach information about adaptive equipment, because regardless of the physical disability, anybody can shoot, even if they're all the way up to being a quadriplegic. And a lot of people don't know that positions have been adapted so that even somebody in a wheelchair still shoots offhand, kneeling, and prone positions. They're just adapted to use a shooting table.
Okay, well, walk me through this a little bit. So the NRA doesn't have a membership program that is specific to disabled shooters. What you have is a program for disabled shooters, and you and I would assume a staff go around the country and help. Did I have that right?
Almost. I am the staff that goes around the country. You're talking to the entire Disabled Shooting Services division of the NRA.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm the one-woman army here that does all of this.
Okay, so this is a 12-month out of the year. So you're traveling around the country on the invitation of what? Local NRA people, or is it something that you put in place, or they contact? Tell me how that goes. How would I, as a disabled shooter, get Vanessa to come out and help me?
You'd call me, first of all,
Okay.
and find out if there's anything going on in your area. And if not, then I would call. A lot of guys either go to a VA hospital or a rehab facility, occupational therapy, things like that. Sometimes even the gun clubs have a number of guys that have physical disabilities, and they'll call me up and say, hey, we want to put together a clinic. What do we have to do? And typically it's set a date, and I have to work with them on setting a date because I'm kind of busy. And I would go to their club and teach a shooting clinic. Now, some clubs have all of the either firearms or air rifles in stock. They own them and I can use them, or I have equipment that I bring with me. And if they're not part of an already existing organization or facility, then I would contact one in their area and get a group of people together so that I could go out and teach. And one of the things that I've been doing when I teach is and sort of training the trainers so that I don't have to be everywhere in the country all the time. And if there's somebody nearby that wants to hold yet another clinic, I can call the first group and say, hey, they want to do this, can you go teach?
Okay, Vanessa, tell me the phone number. As a disabled shooter, what's your phone number so that I can call you? And I know several disabled shooters, by the way, and so how would I contact you? What's that number?
The number is 703-267-1495.
95. And at that point I contact you, what are you going to tell me?
Depends on what your question is.
Well,
if you want me to hold a clinic, then we would talk about dates and availability and what you want me to teach. We also have a number of different programs that are coming out for the 2010 first quarter season. We have the second disabled sectional championships. And this year, instead of just one position air rifle, we're going to have international air rifle, 3-position air rifle, and international air pistol.
Oh.
So yeah, we're tripling the offerings this year.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, I'm going to give a little plug here to Shooting Sports USA. You can see the camera here.
Uh-huh.
The new edition of Shooting Sports USA is out, the October edition. In this magazine on page 12 is my article about the 2009 sectional championships with all the results in there. My email address is also included for anybody who thinks their organization would like to host a sectional.
Okay, tell me your email address. We'll put it up on the screen.
Great. It's vwarner@nrahq.org.
HQORG. All right, we'll get that up on the screen here. You know, Vanessa, this is a very interesting program, and I think probably we need to know a little bit more about it, but we're kind of running short on time. I do appreciate very much you coming on. I think you and I have talked about this for some time now, and you've managed to dodge me and dodge the camera, but we got you.
No, I haven't been dodging you. As you can imagine, being the only person doing this and traveling all over the country.
Right.
I've been a little on the busy side, and as a matter of fact, I was totaling up my trips, and I've traveled 20 different times in the past year.
No kidding. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
so it's nothing personal, James. Really, I enjoy I don't mind being on the camera, and I enjoy talking with you. It's just been a little crazy trying to get it organized.
Yeah, and you're lovely, and you have a wonderful voice, and I thank you for coming on and spending a few minutes with us this morning.
Well, thank you, and I look forward to doing it again.
Okay, when you have an update for us, be sure and tell Rachel. We'll come back on. We'll talk about, maybe we can get some photographs of some of the things that take place. You know, bring us right up to date. Will you do that?
I can definitely do that.
Vanessa, thank you very much. Tell Rachel we'll see her again next week.
I will. Thank you, James.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, folks, that's a pretty good program. Now, I had really, you know, it doesn't come as a surprise to me that the NRA would have a program like that. What comes as a surprise to me is that they have a person like that, like Vanessa, so well gifted that she gives her time and goes out and participates in this. And probably, since she's the head chief and bottle washer, she's doing all the work. So congratulations to Vanessa, and certainly once again we'd like to compliment the NRA for services rendered that most of us don't know about.